We have an amazing guest joining us to talk about a very important and topical subject, toxic relationships. Kathryn Ford, celebrity consultant and designer of incredible next chapters, is the founder of Excellence Institute and Ford Consulting. She empowers sophisticated, extraordinary women who are ready to make the rest of their life the best of their life. Kathryn, we're so happy to have you on Your Best Self today.
Thank you so much for having me, Dr. D.
Kathryn, you're an award-winning leader, creating life-changing results in relationships. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Absolutely. I design incredible next chapters for women who are ready to make the rest of their life the best of their life. So it's so exciting to be able to take a woman from where she is and move her into that incredible next chapter.
We actually had a segment earlier where I was talking about an event that I was fortunate to go to of the Women of Wall Street and Diane von Furstenberg. And I got to meet really amazing women, some who shared stories about their ways that their life wasn't going too great and how they were able to overcome. Are you able to share anything in your life that you had to overcome?
So early on, I would end up receiving an MS diagnosis. Devastating, right? Well, years later, I would be told that I had been misdiagnosed. And the actual accurate diagnosis is something far worse called neuromyelitis optica, or NMO. So I'm a researcher by nature, thank goodness, and I stumbled across something called the mind body connection. Oh, I knew I struck gold. I knew it because finally I was able to see the link between that relationship I was in and what was happening to my body. And then I would realize we all have something, and I call it our inner pharmacy, that is responding all the time to what is happening in our life. And so if we are, experiencing joy, happiness, and we're feeling like we're living on purpose, our inner pharmacy is going to be kicking out sparkling, beautiful chemicals that every single cell in our body is being bathed in, right? I actually call this a fountain of youth. However, if we're experiencing a lot of stress over a long period of time, our body is going to be exposed to all of that toxicity.
Tell us about the revolutionary work that you're doing as an advocate for women and
Mm.
founder of the Excellence Institute.
Well, I'm very passionate about what I do. As you can tell, it's all based on my own life story. And when I begin working with a woman, one of the first things I tell her and share with her is I am going to introduce you to a you haven't even met yet. And it's really exciting taking her from where she is over into her next most incredible chapter. And it was actually one of my doctors at Mayo Clinic who was the first one to say to me, you have got to get this out into the world. Your system produces results. So we had this extraordinary conversation about how everyone in the world has some sort of dis-ease, right? It's the nature of being human. We all have at least one thing that if we could change it in the next 6 months to a year, would make the biggest difference in our life. And so in 2012, I founded Excellence Institute, and I design incredible next chapters for women who know they're meant for more, who are ready to make the rest of their life the best of their life.
That is so empowering. One of the exercises that I've heard that you're famous for is encouraging your clients to dream. Tell us more about how we can all use this exercise in our own lives.
Mm. I would love to. So we all have the gift of imagination. We're the only creatures on the planet that actually have this gift. And most people use it to frighten themselves, right? We say, oh gosh, what is the worst possible thing that could happen in this situation? Well, I'm going to ask you to switch that up. I'm going to ask you to ask yourself, what would I love? How would I love this situation to turn out? So essentially, it's a 3-step process. Step number 1 is to notice what you're noticing. This is the number 1 life mastery skill because until we notice it, we can't do a thing about it. Step number 2 is to press an internal pause button, right? Just pause those thoughts when we're noticing, oh, I'm feeling all this fear, or I'm just thinking about how things could go wrong for me. So press the pause button. And then step number 3 is to gently shift over to what you would love. And then focus on that, because science proves we get what we're focused on.
It's tough to talk toxic relationships these days without thinking of the recent Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case. How has this case impacted toxic relationships and a person's ability to create a successful next chapter beyond such a relationship?
Well, it's interesting. When we're uncoupling and we're creating our next chapter, we do feel like we're under the spotlight. So it really is no different if it's on television or in our own personal lives, because our family, friends, neighbors, maybe even our entire community will begin weighing in, right? So I believe one of the biggest reasons the world paid such close attention to that was because people realized, ooh, this could happen to me. So with my clients, we walk through that together. It's a beautiful partnership.
Thank you so much. How could our viewers follow you and learn more?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, by visiting excellenceinstitute.com. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook and all kinds of places, but excellenceinstitute.com. And if this seems to resonate with you, make an appointment to meet with our concierge. It's a beautiful experience and it is truly life-changing.
Thank you again for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.